Three, two, one. Hello, my wonderful, my amazing, and my nice watchers of my channel, my subscribers, and the people who just simply watch it to watch it. Thank you for joining me. And today is a little different of a video. This is a news broadcast, and guess what? This is my not real but fake news broadcast that isn't really being broadcasted. Let me give you a secret. I don't know how. But today, what are we talking about? And this is going to be the hot topic of hottest of topics, Xbox. Lately, in the past 2-3 days, Xbox has been going through a rough time. The reason is because people are angry about the internal memo of what Asher Sharma has been saying. They have been thinking that Xbox is going to be sold, or this is going to happen to Xbox, or this or that, or this or that. And, oh, mass layoffs and studio closure. No. These layoffs are probably going to only happen for the next 100 days, if they really do happen. And studios won't be closed down. They'll just be temporary shut down. They'll be in a temporary shutdown until we can get through this problem. And what's the problem? Money. That's the problem. And I know I sound like Dutch Vanderland from Red Dead Redemption 2, but that is the real problem. No one is taking into account that it takes a lot of money to do something when you're in a big corporation. Because what Phil Spencer did was he did a lot of stuff that were anti-Xbox and pro Microsoft. He was helping Microsoft more than he was helping his Xbox fan base, his Xbox consoles, and his Xbox as a brand. He was hurting the three main things of Xbox. The three main things. And guess what? That's also costing Asher Sharma. Because, you want to know why? Phil Spencer might have paid for all of that. But still, Asher Sharma has to pay more to just reverse all that he did and bring it back to the original Xbox. It's like, here's a quote I heard from a movie called, I don't remember what it's called, but it's easier to break things than to build things. And it is true. It's easier to ruin a company, ruin this, ruin that, ruin this, and then help another thing than to rebuild it. Because it's going to cost less money to do this, but it's going to cost more money to do that. I don't know how to explain it with you. But this is the only way I will know how to explain it. Let's say Phil Spencer was a dude who worked on a road every day. And let's say the road is my arm. Okay, you can see my arm? Good. I need to fix that. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, the road's my arm. He was working on it and he decides, this costs less money, I'm going to push a rock on the road. And so, the rock's on the road. He gets replaced. Asha Sharma comes in. She realizes this is going to take more money than it took to move the rock into where it is right now than to move it back. So we're going to have to pay our workers just a little less. We're going to have to stop some stuff just for a while. And so we can get the money to pay to move the rock. And guess what? One of the ropes snap. They break. And you know what? That's going to cause a bit more money to stop flowing. Maybe a studio is going to be paused at something for a sec. Maybe there's going to be a few layoffs so they can get a new rope. And then that's just the bad part. That's going to cost more of their money. Wow. Easy explanation in less than a minute. and creators are going into this. We're gonna go into a deep dive explanation. We're gonna say this is happening and this is bad happening and we're just gonna do this and we're gonna get false hope and then guess what? We're gonna go on our little computer and we're gonna type. Thumbnail. That's clickbait. Wow. Who could have guessed? CNN. Now, as I was saying, that's basically what's happening with Xbox. Phil Spencer put the brand into a bad area with bad press. Guess what? Ash, did I step on a web? That felt weird. I'm so sorry. But Phil Spencer put the Xbox as a brand, Xbox as a console brand, Xbox as a brand itself, and Xbox as a gaming brand, and the Xbox consumers in a bad area. They put them where The Rock is. And so, guess what? Asha Sharma is having to pay money to move that. She's paying her. She's using her money to move The Rock again. But guess what? One of the ropes snap. Or basically, she's in the hardest part of where she has to be and in the next 100 days where they're going to be. They're in the part where they have to lay off some workers for the next 100 days and not close down studios, but stop studios or halt them for the next 100 days, just so she can metaphorically repair the rope or get things back fast on track again, because the Xbox showcased kinda slowed us down. You want to know why? Because Xbox spent money on doing that, and they spent all this, and costs money. Everything costs money. Nothing is free. Nothing. Unless someone is very generous. Nothing at all is free. So, that's my explanation. She's in the bad part right now, and she's having to pay for it. She's in the bad area, and she's having to pay to get herself back on track into the better area and just get herself moving. Because, yeah, this isn't the old Xbox. This is just the bad area. She is going towards old Xbox. She is going through the mud. She's going through the storm. So she can go through the nice, dry, clean road to victory. And the victory is we go back to where Xbox originally started. A console, a gaming console called an Xbox that you buy to play exclusive games on the thing. That's what Xbox is. Just the same as every other console. You can only play certain games on this console. Holy mackerel, my head. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just getting distracted over small things. But as I was saying, that's basically where she is. She's heading towards that. Many YouTubers are saying, I gotta fix my hat. No, they're not saying that. Many YouTubers are saying, is this where Xbox is going? Is this or that? This? And that's all Xbox news YouTubers. Because the second one bad thing happens in a thing like Xbox or PlayStation, suddenly, oh, this company's dead. No, that's not how it works. A company just doesn't give up because they have to pay a bit more money and they have to lay off a few workers. No, they have to lay off not just a few workers, they have to lay off a lot of workers. Because would you rather stop paying a select group of workers, or would you rather take off some of the pay of all the workers and make the blow less harder so you can get back on track, and then after 100 days or maybe less, get back to paying them and get back to where your studios were, get back to developing, get back to doing all this, like get back to hardware, get back to this, get back to the original. So would you rather take a select few of everyone's paycheck and just take like 100 people and stop paying them completely to pay for what you got to do, or take 1,000 people and take off half their pay, so you can pay what for you have to do, so you can get on track, and after that, pay them the money that you owe them, and also get back on track to where you were, developing games, developing hardware, developing all this stuff that you need. Mainly Xbox hardware. That's what I like, the hardware. I don't mind for software. Software, meh. Like the Xbox app, cool. The Xbox operating system, a-okay. But the Xbox hardware, the Xbox One, the Series X, the Series S, and the other stuff, that's what we want. Consumers don't want something that doesn't brand that. Consumers don't want something that is just use. That is just. They don't want. They don't want a software. Consumers want something that isn't slop. They want hardware. They want something fresh. They want something nice. They want physical. They want hardware. That's what I know about a lot of consumers. And then there's just that small select group that wants something that can play games and they can play it with their friends. That's what they want. Okay? If that's what they want, that's what they want. I'm not gonna stop them. So that's basically that's on track. And this was an 11-minute video. And this is the end of my news broadcast, which isn't clickbait, CNN, or isn't really lying, CNN. And so thank you for watching, subscribing, and remember, not everything you see on the internet is true, but you can trust Word of Judgment, because I've watched hours of videos just reviewing all of that, and I've put it all together. So don't trust everything you see on the internet. Thank you, and bye-bye.